Hi, I'm Stephanie J. Block. This is Makako. We're from the cast of The Mystery of Edwin Drood, and I'm here at Broadway.com to answer your question. I should say we're here at Broadway.com to answer your questions. Gina, good question. There are a lot of male roles I would actually like to play. I think I'd like to play Sweeney Todd. I think it's an unbelievable score. It's dramatic, it's gory, it's pretty fantastic, and I can't liken it to any other female role that's on Broadway. Porgy and Bess, it made me so sad. When Porgy had to walk off into the sunset to go get Bess, instead of Bess kind of cleaning up her act. I like things with a big red bow. Sometimes shows are better, a little messy, but for me, I so wanted Porgy and Bess to come to terms, find a middle ground, instead of her sniffing coke off the floor and going off to New York and Porgy having to chase her. Kako, you have a question. Makako, how is he dealing with his success? First of all, he doesn't have his name in the program, so this is something that we're trying to change. Right, Kako? Look at the camera. We're trying to change that. And people at the stage door adore him. He is a complete, you're gonna have to bleep this out, hole in my dressing room because he's very territorial and he just wants to protect me and our dressing room the entire time. So if any visitors come up to Cheetah or to me, he barks terribly, but he's so dang cute on stage and people love him. I'm gonna try to get him an agent so that I can retire. What? I'm obsessed. It's not healthy. Grace, thank you for phenomenal in all caps and exclamations. Yeah, Sutton took me to coffee before she went on her way to be a TV star. We had a discussion, but much more about just integrating with the cast and how wonderful the role is. And she gave me a few maintenance tips as far as my body and my voice and, you know, doing that show 8 times a week. Very little was changed. Hey, Kako. A little bit of the movement. I can't do the splits. My legs don't do this on the floor or in the air like Sutton can. So that was really the only thing that was changed. Pirate Queen, by far. Challenging, I'm gonna say Liza Minnelli in The Boy from Oz. Well, Edwin Drood is pretty darn fun, but I think Reno was really something special because I hadn't danced or tap danced in such a long time, so it was really fun to do that. Loyal, a little kooky, and gosh, I'm lucky to say universal. Pizza, people, pizza. I think Allison could be an absolute Broadway diva. I totally think she could pull that off. And I'm gonna be her lesbian dresser who's just completely in love with her. Because why? I'm in love with Allison Janney. One food for the rest of my life. Probably Skippy peanut butter right out of the jar. Need it, always, every day. You know, Elise, I get asked this question a lot, and I want to be much more creative, but when you have a character on stage like John Jasper, who's got a drug addiction, double personalities, and is in love with my fiance, I mean, what are we talking here? If this was the days of our lives, would we not think it was John Jasper? So it seems pretty obvious, but the man's a freak, and I think he did it. John Jasper. I think he and I would love to do, he being Sebastian, would love to do Ragtime. I'd love to play Mother, and I think he would be a fantastic Tata. Mariana, my Brazilian friend, how are you? Makako was named because Sebastian and I were driving around here in New York. His father and his stepfather are both Uruguayan, and in slang Spanish Uruguayan, Makako is slang for fire hydrant. And so he said, oh, look at all the macacos here. And I said, oh my God, if we ever get a dog, we're naming it Makako. Then my father-in-law also speaks Portuguese, and he said, you know that it also means silly monkey. So once we met Makako, it works on so many levels. Makako is very deep, and his name encompasses him perfectly. Fire hydrant, silly monkey. I think it would be a lot of crazy in the room, but I'm going with Judy Garland. I'm going with Barbara Streisand, and let's get a man up in there too. Oh, he's not a Broadway star. Can I say Daniel Day-Lewis? What sort of show would we do? Judy, Barbara, Daniel Day-Lewis, and myself. You guys, start dreamcasting something, because that's a whole lot on stage. My very first memory was my audition, and Hugh was exceptionally gracious and said, you know, I've already got the part. You're here to audition, so please just tell me anything that you need, anything that I need to give you so that your audition is much more comfortable, or you knock it out of the park and get this job. And at one point he said, you know what, let's just throw away our scripts. We know where the scene begins and where it ends, and let's just play. So that sort of set the tone and was a true introduction as to who Hugh was as a person, and he never disappointed. Powerful. Joyful. Does that count as a word? Can that be descriptive? Judy Burnley, precious. Strong. Delicious. Manly. And handsome. I eat a lot, and I golf. When you're doing 8 shows a week, Christmas becomes a little more difficult, but yes, you are right. I have an entire storage unit filled with Christmas decorations, so a lot of that will be coming out. Why are you staring at me? Get up here. Come here. We'll dress Kako up as something, because I love him that much. Hey everybody, thank you so much for your questions. I know I dodged a few bullets and just said, no, I'm not going to answer that. But the ones that I answered, I hope you got the answers you wanted. Please come to Studio 54, see us in the Mystery of Edwin Drood. There is a star in the making, happening every night, 8 times a week, and you don't want to see his understudy. It's a stuffed animal. His name is Meat Shelf. It's very disappointing. So make sure you come to see Makako. And vote to get him in the program. For God's sakes, he deserves a credit, right? I'm waving goodbye with my dog. That's not healthy.